Hello, everyone. Let's get ready for our Chapter 3 QuickBooks Online video lecture. I'm going to do things a little different for Chapter 3. I'm going to go back and forth between the ebook and the QuickBooks software so you can see the instruction and then see me perform the actual functions. All right? So in chapter 3, we're focused on transactions. So you notice that the QBO navigation is focused on QuickBooks online transactions. We'll look at banking transaction, customer and sales transaction, vendor and expense transaction, employees and payroll transactions. You ready? Okay, let's go. So the next section, 3.2, is just more informational. We're already logged in, so I'm going to skip section 3.2, go over to section 3.3. It explains what transactions are, and you all know what business transaction represent. So I'm going to go over to section 3.4. Section 3.4 talks about the different QuickBook Online lists. So these are lists that list information about your chart of accounts, about your customers, about your vendors, your employees, your product and service list. So we'll take a look at some of these different lists. We're going to begin with our chart of account. So I'm going to go over to QuickBooks now and click on the accounting button in QuickBooks and then choose chart of account. So if you were to run this report, you would just click on the Run Report button, and here you see the account listing for your chart of account. Okay, so that's the first part of section 3.4. Now it talks about the sales. So let's go back to QuickBooks. I'm going to click on Sales, and this time click on Customers. And I'll just click on to add customers manually. Unfortunately, right now we do not have any customers. We'll do that later. But if we did have customers, it's here where you would actually print out the customer list. And again, we'll go through that process later of seeing how to add in customers. We'll now go to our expenses in QuickBooks and click on vendors. And yep, you guessed it. We do not have any vendors yet. However, we will add some new vendors to our vendor list during our Chapter 3 presentation. We'll keep going. Next up, we have payroll and employees. So once again, going back to the QuickBooks software, I'll click on payroll and then choose employees. Once we get some employees, we'll then be able to actually export and print out the employee list. The next report is for products and services. So again, going back to QuickBooks, we're going to click on sales and this time choose product and services. And you guessed it, once we get some products and services, we'll then be able to print out the product and service list. And what else do we have here? So if you click on the gear icon, which is at the top of the QuickBooks software in the right-hand corner, so I'm going to click on the gear icon. And if you click here where it says all lists, this will show you the different type of lists that you can get by using the QuickBooks software, your chart of account, recurring transactions. So this just shows you the different type of lists that we can get by using the QuickBooks software. Okay, so right now they want to click on the gear icon, all lists, and then choose products and services. Let me go back. So the gear icon under all lists, I'll click on products and services. So once again, we don't have any right now, but once we add some of those, then we'll take a look at the actual product and service list. Okay, so let's keep going. Next, it discusses how to do updates. And again, since we do not really have any of these items just yet, you can read about the updates. I'm not really going to go through that process until we do some actual transactions. So here we go. Next, we're going to talk about how do you create an actual invoice? How do you create an invoice? Okay, so we're going to go back to the QuickBooks software. Go back to my dashboard. And now we're going to focus on how to create an actual invoice. So let's go by the step by step. Let me scroll up a little bit here to make sure that we're in the right section. So we're going to go to the plus new icon in order to create our invoices. And let me just make sure I didn't skip anything earlier that we need. I think we're okay there. We went through all that information. Okay. So again, I'm going to go back to the QuickBooks software. And let's try to move my mouse over here. Come on, mouse, work for me. And again, we're going to focus on our customers and we're going to create an actual invoices. So again, we're going to create an actual invoice. And there's different ways that we can create the actual invoice. So I'm going to click on the sales and then click where it says invoices. And remember that some of the features in your book are going to be different because the QuickBooks software online is always going to be updating. So I'm going to click on the create invoice icon and follow the instructions. So on the invoice, choose a customer drop-down arrow. To add a new customer, select add new. All right. And because we don't have any customers, I'll click on the drop-down arrow here and click on add new. And who is our new customer? Guess what? It's going to be you. So in the name, it's just going to be your name. So real simple for right now. For the name, we'll just type in your name or my name for right now. And of course, if you were doing, which we'll do more detail in the homework, you would complete all of this information. But right now, I'll just put the name part in, excuse me, and click on the save button. And we're really not going to do this invoice right now. This is showing you how to create an invoice. So we're going to select cancel. So down at the bottom in the left-hand corner, I'm going to click on cancel. Do you want to leave without saving? I'm going to click on the yes button. So the customer information has been saved. We decided not to create an invoice just yet. Okay. This is showing you what the invoice looked like, and we just saw that from the QuickBooks screen. Next, we're going to take a look at how do we create or add a product and service list. So once again, go back to QuickBooks. We'll click on the wrong screen. we'll click on the Sales tabs. This time, click on Product and Services. And we're going to put a check mark to where it says, and again, here it's saying to add a product or service. We have a slightly different system here in the new QuickBooks. We're going to click here where it says to add an item. Okay, and once you add the item, it could be a non-inventory item, it could be a service, it could be a bundle, which means you can bundle products together, products and or service, or it could be an actual inventory item. Okay, so let's see here. For our product type, it's going to be service. Call that out. So go here. So we're going to click where it says add a product or service, and then click here where it says service. So again, choose add a product or service, then click where it says service. And we're going to give the service a name, and that name is going to be called transport. So for the actual service name, the name is going to be called transport. That's the name of our service. It's going to be transport. Leave the SKU blank. Leave the photo blank. All right, and next we have the product service category. I'm going to click the drop down arrow for the product service category. I'm going to choose add new, and the name of my new category is going to be pet care. Okay, going to be pet care. So put in my new name of my product as being pet care. And then click on the save button. So the name is transport of our service. The category will be called pet care. And then click on the save button. And again, this is section 3.4 of your textbook. After we hit save, they want us to put in I says product service to my customers. So that box has been checked. And then for a description, can I do a copy paste of description? I'll just type in a little bit of that. Pick up and drop off. I'm not going to type it all in, but it says pick up and drop off. And then for the sales price rate, it is going to be $80. It's our rate. The invoice account we're going to tie it into should be number 4200. That's our sales account. I see that's been checked off there, so we're good there. Under personal information, unchecked was I purchased this product served from a vendor. So let's see, we got the personal information. And again, that's not on this new invoice. That's why I'm going through this. So that part, no, I take it back. It is here. So they told us unchecked. I purchased this from a vendor. That box is not checked, so we're following the right instruction. And then select where it says save and close. Okay. So I'm going to stop here because I'm trying to keep these videos under a 15-minute time frame. I'm going to come back with a second video and begin with section 3.5. Okay?